If you got love and you
Yeah.
If you got and you
be fine, so come on.
do you advise? Come on. Come
Mess the intros.
on.
I was missing the. You always got to mess up the intro,
Yeah,
man.
guy.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
really shouting though.
In the house. Travesty's return. The revenge.
Welcome back.
That's why it was messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hiya, people. Travesty's
What
back.
hiya,
I hope you missed me last week.
What I want to
I'm
know is,
older.
yeah, I was gonna
wiser,
say,
but still got charisma.
how was your birthday, man? Did you celebrate in Corona?
Oh, it was good, yeah. Yes, I did. I
never got
get
any
me?
of the birthday
Sec-
cake.
I
Birthday
need
cake?
to.
You ain't allowed,
Oh my
you ain't allowed
God.
to
I
meet.
forgot about that.
You are a joker. You get me? I'm not a law breaker like that.
Not breaking to a birthday cake.
Yeah, because how are you going to get it? I'm going to have to dash it over the fence. You get me? Dash out the windows that drive past.
You're allowed to visit now, or have you forgotten?
Oh, no. I'm not visiting anymore.
Cut it off. Put yourself in lockdown.
Oh, yeah, I've got to visit tomorrow.
All right. Welcome to Family Affair with Mideyah, Travesty, Pudding, and myself, Alstallio. We should start off with, of course, the biggest news of the week. DMX. DMX passing on. Shall we take a moment's silence?
Yeah.
May you rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And then the second biggest news, of course, is Prince Philip, who everyone's cussing about. I don't know if you saw it on BBC.
Oh, God.
They're cussing that they sent over 90,000 complaints that they took off all their shows just to, show this guy.
That's out of order.
Oh,
He's absolutely out of order.
I agree with
There's
the
no
complaining.
compassion in the world.
No. I agree with the complaining. I'm sorry, I agree.
I knew you
Because
would.
at the end of the day, we're all human.
Oh, God.
We're all human, and we all go at some stage. Doesn't mean that the world has to shut down just because one person has gone. I'm sorry, I don't agree.
Oh, no.
A lot of people didn't know these people personally, so they should have a choice.
Mideyah, can I just say something?
Go
The next time you decide to go to Germany, please don't use the tunnel.
Why? I've never used it.
I don't get it.
I've never used it.
Yeah. The tunnel.
I still don't get it. What tunnel? Eurotunnel.
Yeah.
What you on about?
I don't get it. You got to explain.
Because remember when Diana died, she died in the tunnel, didn't she?
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
no,
you're cussing that whole family.
No.
You watch yourself on the tunnel.
That's in France. That was in France anyway.
Listen.
Well,
At the end
they
of the
can
day,
do whatever they want.
no one has said anything derogatory against the royals. I just said that the complainants have a right to complain, because if they want to watch their shows, it shouldn't have been taken off because someone has gone. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, but I agree with the complainants.
And we can't always
And for
expect that
90,000
everybody
people to complain,
And
you
for
know what I mean?
£156 a year for your TV license.
You've
Actually,
got
I
the
think
right
it's
to
under
watch
59. You know what I mean? I didn't pay for that, to be fair. They should
And
give
Could
me
have been on the
some refund money.
adverts, couldn't it? Could have put it, you put that whatever you
Yeah.
want on the adverts, put it on the advert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Without being rude,
Exactly.
Could you
That's
even
all.
make sense to spoil it?
I mean, at the end of the day, when he puts comments like he'd like to reincarnate as a deadly virus and solve overpopulation.
Who said this?
Oh, you see the picture? The picture on the screen.
Why would you expect
No, because I
people...
got it in my pocket.
No, I'm sorry, but Travesty, I want you to answer me. When someone
God.
says something so nasty, why should you have compassion that that person has now gone to meet his maker?
Because the virus probably took him like he wanted.
Actually, it was. I don't think it was the virus.
You ever thought of that? Oh, no, it's just
Virus
old
took
age,
him.
but the virus going around on road as well. You get me? Extra thing to be scared of, any?
Actually, did they actually put what he went off? I mean,
That's what I mean.
They were so quick to put that DMX was a druggie and died of that, which he didn't.
Yeah, but
But
always
did
gonna be
they put
respectful.
what
Of it.
he died of?
The thing is, remember, there's no respect for our people. You know, they don't really care much for black people when it comes to anything that happens to us. It's just like, yeah, another black geezer
Yeah.
died of drugs.
But we're expected to have another black down because the royalist is gone. Sorry, no, not gonna happen.
And I will go further and say, you don't know if these royalist people ever lived a pure life. You know, I'm sure they've, indulged
No,
in
of course not. Of course not.
scandalous stuff,
Madness,
in the
yeah.
past. So it's not like, no one's perfect at it. No one's an angel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people have a
It's
right
true,
to
innit?
like and dislike. I mean, as long as we're not saying anything derogatory, we have a right to say whether we care or not. And if we don't care, what big deal is it? I mean, it's no skin off their nose if we care or not.
No, it's true, innit? They don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. And they couldn't care less if we kicked it tomorrow. They ain't going to turn off Coronation Street in Emmerdale Farm.
They might for me.
All the BBC.
Right. So we got the
Can I
formalities.
just say, though, just on that topic though, the memes have been killing me off about. I shouldn't laugh.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that was kind of a thing on Prince. What's his last name? Philip.
Yeah.
Prince Philip, yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah, Prince
That's his
Philip.
last name,
They were
though.
saying
That's
it's a bit too much to make them jokes and this, that, the other. But I must say, the people of the social media world, they are quick.
They're funny as well.
quick, man.
Actually, a lot of the stuff came from
Like,
America.
please.
A lot of stuff comes from America
do they?
because they don't have the sensitivity
Oh,
to
okay.
us, to the whole royal family. They don't care. They're like, you guys are stupid for having a royal family because we're a republic.
Yeah, like little things like someone said that salt and vinegar crisp took him out, and I'm like, no, please, you can't say that.
Why
Like,
would salt and vinegar crisp? How would that happen?
I don't get a connection, but yeah, okay.
no, because
Neither
he's
do
that
I.
old, ain't it? That's what I'm saying. He's that old. Like he looks that old and fragile that you can give him a salt and vinegar crisp when you'll be gone. That's what was basically
Too
saying.
strong.
Yeah.
The flavour.
Sorry,
Oh,
something you
no,
just said,
man.
Alstallio,
Okay.
that a lot of them came
Oh,
from
God.
America
Mm.
and they particularly don't care. So you honestly saying that because you're born in the UK, you have to care?
No, I'm just saying that
Oh,
they don't. Remember, they don't have to,
clarify
like,
that.
because we're told to respect. We'd be quick if the Queen
That's
came in our
true.
presence. We'd be quick to probably bow or curtsy to
You to
her.
bow? You would? You would?
Yeah.
Because we know.
You
But in
would?
American,
Just out
look
of
at the,
respect?
yeah, but look at the woman Merkel. She didn't.
They've gotta be
bow,
told,
curtsy
ain't
to the kid. Yeah, she was told. So we're raised with the indoctrination that we've got people. who
But
look after us.
I disagree with you there, Alstallio, because are you bowing because it's the way to do, or are you bowing because you're scared you might get murked if you don't?
Yeah,
There's
that's
the
it.
question.
That's it.
You know,
I'm
me
scared.
personally,
I'm
there's
just-
that. Well, I'm just bowing because it's the Queen.
Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
bowing.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, it's
No,
I'm
just-
not going to shake her hand. I don't know who's going to jump on me and kill me.
I'm going to stand
Yeah.
there and go on like I've got no sense.
Oh, my God.
And
Oh,
hopefully
my,
I will never have to meet them
oh,
anymore.
my God. Why would you have to be so rebellious?
I'm gonna call this. We're gonna call this show the Black Pill Show from now on. The Black Pill.
You get me? Oh, my God.
Cold truths.
Oh, my God.
Cold.
You get me? Is this cold truth? No fizz? Jesus Christ. I'm scared for your life, Mideyah.
I know,
Yeah.
I
All
know
these
that
truths
Travis
you're not
don't
saying,
say
you're not
that.
doing.
No,
You get me?
the only reason Travis is being like that is because she's gone to the dark side. That's the only
Listen,
reason.
at the end of the day,
Yes,
at the end of the
you've
day,
gone to the
I'm
dark
just going to
side,
say
and
this.
that's the reason
Can I
why
say
you're
something?
becoming royal.
All I need to say to you is,
The 15
I've always been a royalist since 1999.
You're
It's
a royalist.
paid for my house. It's paid for my...
Wait, what?
Think about it. It's paid for my house. It's paid for my cars. It's paid for my
Oh, yeah.
yard.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
paid
yeah.
for my holidays.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
me?
That's
So
not fair.
naming no names,
Sorry.
you get me? So that's why I've always been a royalist since 1999. I can't escape it unless I leave.
The
You
question
get
is,
me?
the question is though, is that particular? Is it because it's a private owned company though?
It is now, but before
so-
it did belong to, and it was started because of the royals. So yeah, if you go back into history,
Right, great.
so you know,
Anyway,
so really, if it was just kept,
let's see. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We don't want to know about the royalists. Okay. So, let's see. Do we have any COVID topics?
Oh,
We should get the formalities out of the way.
I thought we were talking about DMX.
Oh,
What about
I just wanted to ask a question.
Well,
You know, I don't really like COVID and talking about it, but I saw on obviously you get the paper digitally now. You can get like the newspaper digitally on apps. I saw that in Brazil that there's a deadly coronavirus, like a next level, and it's taking everyone out, all the young people. They're saying.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's what they said.
Oh,
I was
that's
thinking,
what
oh
I'm
gosh,
saying.
here we go, new one.
Get me.
This is a bit like the Bible times when all the plagues was put upon us because we wouldn't turn to God.
Yeah.
And the God is the government who's running the world. That's the God. The only thing I've got to say about on the subject is where the vaccines are concerned is whoever wrote this scientist who wrote the letter.
Oh, actually,
Please put
what
it
letter?
on.
Wait, I'm gonna. Yeah. Wait. This is. I don't know what this is, but
You know what? Is it a 4-page letter like a Leah?
No, it's one.
Yeah, could be.
This is what we're talking about.
Do we
someone's put
know
this-
if it is an authentic letter or just another scaremongering thing?
Okay. So let me read it. Mike Yeadons, an ex-chief scientist of Pfizer, has stated that it is now too late to save any person who has been injected with any COVID-19 vaccine. He urges those who have who have not yet been injected with the deadly compounds to fight for the continuation of humans and the lives of their children. The world-acclaimed immunologist goes on to outline a process which he says will kill the vast majority of people now alive. Immediately on receipt of the first injection, around 0.8% of people will die within 2 weeks. The survivors have a life expectancy of 2 years on average, but this is decreased with every top-up or booster injection. Supplemental vaccines are in development to cause degradation of specific organs, including heart, lungs, and brain. Having been intimately acquainted with functioning and goals of research and the development of pharmaceutical giants Pfizer for 2 decades, Professor Yeadons states that the final goal of the currently administered regime of vaccinations can only be a mass depopulation event, which will make all the world wars combined seem like a Mickey Mouse production. Billions are already condemned to certain unchangeable and agonizing deaths. Each person who has received the injection will certainly die prematurely, and 3 years is a generous estimate for how long they can expect to remain alive. Now, I don't know, man. I'm a skeptic on all this stuff, man. I don't know, man. People are just intelligent, man. They got too much time in their hands. They just type stuff.
Yeah. I mean, who would have wrote something like that and got it out there and no news has talked about it?
Well, the news ain't going to talk about it.
The news won't.
Remember, the news are paid off.
If it's true.
To push certain stuff through, so they're not going to talk about it anyway. Even if it is true or not, they're not going to tell us.
That's true.
Because the editor's in charge of all what runs, isn't he? And if he thinks it's not going to be good for him, he's not going to run it.
Is that even a real website at the bottom?
Because people...
Has anybody clicked on it
website?
today?
What's that?
No.
Website.
The website on the bottom of the
Well, I did a
Has
search.
anyone typed it in?
I did a search, and there seems to be the fact check. I don't know who's the correct one. Pontifax.
Go on.
They're saying
It's fake news.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Which they would say, whether it was true or not, they would say
When
it's
was
fake.
this put up? The 1st of April.
No. It was put up last year, actually.
The
1st of April.
Reddit.
April Fools.
Just imagine.
Me.
The thing is, I mean,
14.
you gotta approach it with caution. You never know, man. You never know in this day and age where the world is kind of overpopulated. They don't mind sending soldiers to different countries to kill people. So you never know when is it going to be our turn. That's what you gotta ask. When's it going to be our turn? Because at some point Europe's going to be, in line. So I don't know if it's true. Maybe someone.
Listen. I think what you need to do is we need to crap this letter, and that means it needs to be current, it needs to be relevant, it needs to be authentic, And there's another one as well. I forgot the other one what it is, and it needs to have a purpose. So it needs to be researched. This letter does.
Yeah.
Well,
It
I
needs
agree.
research because we need to know if somebody who's a good writer just put this up to fear people, or whether it's true and it's managed to escape into the public so they could see what was really going on. But it does need to be found. It needs to be researched to see if it's true. That is definitely something. But then on the other hand, I would say there's no smoke without fire.
I mean, to be fair, he is a guy who was. I'm reading a little bit here, and he is a guy who was.
Thank you for that, my favourite fan who's listening. Did I get it right?
Who's this beg?
He was.
The other I was authority it was the other one.
Right.
So was it come from authority? Accurate and authority. That's it.
Okay.
Right,
So the thing is,
fantastic.
the guy seems to have actually worked for Pfizer. So I mean, that's already a credibility, I guess, that he has actually worked for Pfizer.
Okay, but you don't know that.
No, it states on his way.
I mean, you can say that.
I could quite happily say I work for Royal Mail, and it would be half truth because I've managed to buy one of their stamps and post my letters. So I've worked for them. Do you get what I mean?
It would
I
be
could actually say I've worked for Royal Mail.
Yeah.
So how do you know if he really did work for Pfizer? He could have delivered mail there, or he could have served the tea there, and he said he's worked for Pfizer.
Yeah, true.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
so
No, I don't think so. I think this guy's actually a credible scientist. But the thing is, you don't know what's behind people. You don't know what's driving them to say stuff. But then again,
you research the scientist, Alstallio.
I'm going to.
Did you research this?
Well, I'm on the page now looking, and reading over it a little bit, but it's a bit long-winded, so I'm not going to be able to do it now. And this show it will take half an hour or something. Maybe I can do another. He does exist, yeah.
Does he exist? In any credible form?
Yeah,
does
it looks.
He exist? Is he a known?
Is ex-Pfizer scientist who became an anti-vaxxer.
Or is he somebody on Facebook who's got 100 followers?
No, he's a real scientist.
So there may be some truth in this letter then.
Yeah.
There might be some truth. Hold on.
Maybe.
Well, at the end of the day, to shut this topic down, thank you for your letter, scientist, and I have taken it on board, and I'd already decided I wasn't taking the vaccine, so hopefully I'll still be alive in 5 years' time.
Yeah, amen.
Next topic.
Okay, what do we have in the group? Let's get into the real stuff now. We've got all the
topic is an interesting one.
Yeah.
And No. I think the next one is an interesting one, and I'd like somebody of intelligence such as Travesty to sort of help us with that one.
What's going on?
Why are people afraid of Black Pride?
What do you mean Black Pride? What, in what term?
I think
Black Pride.
I think they mean
LGBTQ or
yes. I think that's exactly what they mean.
Who's scared of that?
They're saying that Black people overall are afraid of it. They sort of are still a bit taboo about it. They're not as open to it as say the white counterpart.
You know what? Because a lot of Black people,
and I think the Asians are probably still a bit closed about it too.
Yeah.
When I say the Asians, I mean like probably the Indians and the Pakistani side of people. I think they're still a bit closed to it as well. So it wouldn't be just Black people. Why are we, why are we still so afraid?
Because
to accept it and acknowledge that it's happening.
Religion.
Do you think that we're more religious than any other race? Do you think that's what the problem is?
Yeah. So I think a lot of Black people still go to church and believe in the Bible because that's what they've been taught to do. Because there's an old generation, the new generation don't really care.
Yeah. But
it's everybody over, I would say 50 upwards.
No, I'd say over 40 upwards.
You'd say over 40?
Over 40 upwards, yeah. I think a lot. Yeah, I think a lot of Black people over 40. We're talking about. Remember, you're talking about Black people.
Oh, right then, yeah, over 40. Then, yeah.
I think a lot of them. Yeah, I really do. But I think it's really sad that they still have that kind of mentality, whether it's for religious purposes or just because they were brought up in such strict and controlled environments.
I've met people like that, and I don't know. They have obviously their thoughts, but I think if they know you personally and they respect you, they're not going to disrespect you if you're that way inclined. Because why would you do that? You've known the person for a long time. Why would you just turn funny? And well, some people probably would, but if you're narrow-minded, you probably would. But in this day and age, at the end of the day, that person's never come to you with anything, like, you know, come and move to you in any way, ever. How can then you disrespect and make them think that they was ever in danger? Or, you know what I mean? Because I think that's what people think, black folks and people of the BAME community. I think that the old taboo, like back in the day, still, that, if you see a gay man, you better put your back up against the wall. Why do you think people ain't got preferences? And like they've got types.
True. Don't drop the soap.
You know what I mean? Silly things like that. And it's just not true. Because people have types and they don't fancy every man just because they may be gay.
Yeah.
And the same goes for women. You know what I mean? So 90% of the population are safe.
To be honest, it's more the shame and taboo is more in places like, for instance, like Jamaica, and I can't speak for Africa, but I know in Jamaica they are still very much that sort of way in thinking, even though it goes on a lot. Because do you remember the documentary? It wasn't that long ago; it was a few years back.
Yeah.
Where because they found out this particular man was gay and he was very effeminate, and they chased him into the shop.
Okay.
With a chopper and cutlass, as they call it.
All right.
Just because he was gay.
Okay.
And I thought, and a lot of them have to live sort of what they said was underground.
Yeah.
You know, and I was thinking, you know something, Travesty? I think you're absolutely right. It is more a religious thing.
It is. Because I think I
would like to see where it says in the Bible that you shouldn't be gay. The only thing I can remember it saying is, you must love the sinner, but not the sin. But it didn't say
there you
that.
Go.
It didn't say that you were, if you're gay. I'm sure you know something. I need somebody religious to come and tell us why they are so against it. Why would they think that it's an abomination to God? Why is it that they think they have the right to judge you on this earth when you're doing something that they think is not right in the eyes of God? God never gave you the permission to go and judge them.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, you know, when people are judging, they are. At the end of the day, that is correct. What you just said there, Mideyah. When people decide to judge, you telling me you're higher than God?
Yeah, that's what you're
doing. That's what you're actually doing, really, when you judge somebody. Yeah. So you shouldn't go around judging, because you only judge God if you believe in God should be able to judge.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And if you're taking on that.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on, Travis.
No, carry on.
No, that's exactly what I was saying. You know, I find it's really amazing how that is one of the big rules in religious, that you're not supposed to judge. And yet they're quick to not only judge, but they want to condemn you too. They think they want to commit the biggest sin they shouldn't be doing. Thou shalt not kill. They want to kill you for it. So I don't get the mentality. That's why you know there's something amiss with the thinking and the Bible thing, how much they've took it to such an extreme that they would ruin someone just because they're doing something that they don't think is right.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, when you really look at it from the beginning of time, what is really wrong with being gay or, you know, lesbian or whatever? What is actually wrong with it if you're not harming anyone else?
Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
Can I just chime in
something? Go on.
Can I just chime in something? A couple of years ago, there was actually it was over 10 years ago now. There was a minister by the name of what was his name? Well, it was an article published in the Jamaican Observer. John Hardy of the New Testament Church of God in Kingston said he thinks it will be hundreds of years before gay people are accepted on the island of Jamaica. Homosexuality is illegal. I don't know if it's still. I think it's actually now legal. homosexuality is illegal in Jamaica as former British colonies, and the culture is deeply homophobic. The black slaves and most of their descendants developed this hatred for homosexual activity because of the painful experience that their forefathers endured during slavery. Mr. Hardy wrote, it is alleged that if and when a white slave master suspected that black male slaves were showing any signs of resistance to their enslavement, the most cruel and brutal treatment would be meted out to them. One such treatment would be sodomization. Yeah. In February, 3 gay men were stoned by a huge mob in homophobic attack in Jamaica. So basically, I think they used to say, that's what I heard it somewhere before, not just reading here, but that's one of the reasons why there was this big, strong homophobic movement in Jamaica, because back when there was like slaves in the island, they were forced to, as punishment, obviously, the men were had to mate with other men for the entertainment of the slave owners, or the slave owners in the South who were like attracted to the men, participated in such, punishments. So I think that's probably what, and I think when you look at that, that's probably, if people pass that message on,
it's a sore point. It's a sore point.
And I think that's the only reason. But because if you look at where it never happened, like being gay or not homophobic, or what is he called actually? Homosexual. Being homosexual is actually accepted in countries quite easily, where there was never really any, like tragedy attached to it. Yeah, so I think that's probably what it comes down to, and also religion.
Religion's always there.
Yeah, and then if you look at somewhere like Russia, which is really like homophobic, like Russia, man, they're serious. They're serious about it.
But you got to
remember, homophobic.
Yeah, man, Russia. Man, you can't go there talking about
What about Dubai?
Yeah, that's a Muslim country, isn't it? So
that's why it's Muslim, isn't it? So it is a sad state of affairs. I do think it's going to take many, many, many years for it to be totally accepted all around the world. And it's going to take many years to sort of deprogram and re-educate countries that have suffered like that because of that horrible legacy.
But do you think it needs to be accepted, though?
No, we wait there. That's contradictory.
So you can walk freely and not have to worry.
Yeah. Can I say that statement about that happening in Jamaica? Yeah, that's why they're like that. Look how many slaves was in America.
You're right.
Yeah, and look how gay America is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, America's very. Would you say
very out there?
I think if you can't go to some place in America and say you're gay, though. I think, like for example, in California, it was only recently legalized. It was only recently legalized in California. Actually, I don't even know if it's still legal in California. It's probably legal now. I know when I was there in 2008, they were talking about legalizing the gay rights. Prop 8, it was called, and that was in 2008. So it weren't that long ago. You know what I mean? I think some stage you could go there being like, "Yeah, I'm gay." They would kill you. So I think. Yeah, it's one of them ones which don't seem to get through too quickly to some people. But, it's getting there, though. It's getting better, though, man. I think it's not far away.
In my opinion, we're entitled to have our preferences and like and dislike. But my thing is the act of it. All right, then you might not be for homosexuals or lesbians or whatever, but don't trouble them just because their sexuality is different to yours. Don't make fun of them because their sexuality is different to yours. Just don't even have to accept it. Just don't entertain it. That's the way I see it, I accept it. I accept all people, most things, but at the same time, you don't need to trouble people if they're not causing any harm. It's not like they're going around and just, abusing people and doing crime and all them things, but that's a different avenue altogether, So that's what people need to really look at itself.
Yeah.
When it comes to like topics such as sexuality and whatnot.
Yeah. I agree totally. Leave
Definitely.
people and let people live.
Yeah, let them
Stop
have their.
judging them. Stop wanting to kill and condemn them just because you don't like what they're about. I think it's wrong. It's the same as that's why they always club people live with a sexual orientation different to heterosexuals. They
Yeah.
always club it with people in minorities because minorities are hated just because of their culture or their color,
Yeah.
or or the way they look. That's why it's always clubbed together because people are so quick to judge and condemn, and it's really wrong.
Yeah.
It's time to stop it.
Yes.
In addition to what you're saying, Mideyah, I wonder if in the near future they're gonna just normalize it to the point where you don't have to come out. Because have you ever noticed a heterosexual had to come out?
No,
Someone
they've
who's
never had
straight.
to. Yeah, exactly.
So maybe we need to get to that point
Can
where
I don't know. Can we put that in
gays
the
and
same?
lesbians don't have to come out?
They shouldn't have to come out. They should just leave.
Yeah. Just live.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure.
I think you got to understand that this whole coming out thing, when you look at it in the respect to the heterosexual thing, it was like heterosexual was always considered kind of normal, whereas like being gay was always not in society was never really seen as normal, so people would like this place. There's 12 countries in the world where you can still get death sentence for it, so that's why coming out is a big thing.
Say that.
I was saying that, look, I accept I am this way and I'm all right with it. That's why this coming out thing is such a big thing, and that's why you probably never have to do that as a straight. Well, I don't even like saying straight person, but someone who, dabbles in that stuff.
It just goes with the masses, as they say. They just go with the masses, I'd say, instead of saying straight. Because nobody's really straight, are they, when you think about it? When you think
Agreed.
Of straight, the ruler.
Yeah. Anyway, can we move on to? Can we do? What time is it? How long? I don't know.
The final topic is what
Pudding
put up. Come on, Pudding.
I want to talk about this one.
No, we don't want that one. Oh, go on then.
Oh no, we can do two more. I was thinking this one. So who's planning a holiday this year? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, I wanted to come and see you, Alstallio. It looks like I'm staying in the garden.
The thing is,
even more of that.
Hypocritical, because they say it's going to be 5,000 for when you take a holiday abroad, but on the same side, they say by the time June comes, they want to be vaccinated and everyone can go and be free. So what are we supposed to listen to?
No, I heard this morning that they don't want to come with this sort of vaccine passport because it could put a two-tier system with people who can't access the vaccine, so then they won't be able to go about their business because it's not really their fault if their country can't get the vaccine like probably other well-economical countries. So, unfortunately, at the moment, the government is against giving out passports.
You mean fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately.
Are you a passport?
How did I say unfortunately? Yes, sorry. No, I'm not.
So you're a royalist and you're a passport advocate. I'm getting questions. Questions are coming up, man.
I know, I'm looking in the bad light, and I.
Yes, you are tonight. You are.
Yeah, but so what about this $5,000, man? Is that a bit too? That's a bit extreme, isn't it? $5,000.
They need to recover the economy. So, what's the best way to do it? Handing out tickets and fines. They always do.
Yeah, it's like a tax,
in every capacity. Yeah.
In a way, though, this $5,000 for people who've got money don't care. It's like I paid the $5,000. It's no problem for me. And they can still do whatever they want. So if you got enough money, this is only gonna ward off like poor people. But anyone who's got more money, you've got 5,000 to throw away. They'll be like, I don't care. Still going.
They need to pay my $5,000 then.
And me.
And me. Joker.
What do you want to do? Last topic, Mideyah? Which was the last topic?
Come on, Pudding, get it out. The last topic. This one's interesting. We can attack Alstallio.
Oh, do you have a picture? Do I have a picture for it?
Which one? Because you always say lock and nerve. There's one about Idris Elba.
No.
We haven't got the same brain, Mideyah, unfortunately.
Who's the more tolerant gender, men or women?
Oh, yes,
The
that
most
one.
tolerant gender, men or women?
Well, we're not.
Can I just explain something on this topic?
Okay.
Oh, go on then, because you'll get verbal cussed and
I was going to say, look, I think the reason why I would defend men with this because I think we just don't care about stuff like women.
Oh gosh,
we don't care about stuff
here
like
he
women.
goes.
But wait, didn't you say a couple of weeks ago, Travis, that men, you just gotta feed us, you just gotta give us a little bit of our,
Yeah, it's true.
and then we don't care, man. We're sitting in the corner spinning a plate on a stick,
Playing game.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we need.
with one pillowcase and
When it comes to
one
Tolerant,
bed sheet and single bed, broken slats.
I would say,
Got the meat say.
I'm sorry, but I think women are more tolerant. The crap they put up with in this world, from their kids, their men, society, their jobs, everything. Women are the more tolerant.
And I think what inspired myself and Mideyah to think of this topic collaboratively is because of look at the lockdown and like obviously from various situations we've been put in and whatnot. And I'm finding like when you sit and think how many people you know how many women you know out there with children, and it's like they're still doing the very same thing they would have been doing if lockdown never existed. But the men are like, oh no, I'm coping, and they're itching and touching in the corner, and oh, I need to do this, I need to go for a walk, or I could easily kill somebody. I'm hearing one of the men said. I'm thinking, oh my days. But we've just got to get on with it, you know.
So do you agree, Alstallio? Women
So I think women are more tolerant.
But then again, we have to live with you guys. Wait, we have to live with you guys, so that makes us more tolerant because we have to put up with your intolerance. you know, it's nagging. It's nagging. My wife gives me, and I have to be tolerant. I have to stay with this woman. Yeah, because for some reason, some unwritten rule that says I have to stay, right? So I have to stay. So I think I don't know, man. Actually, no, I do think that women do have to go for a lot. To be fair, and I mean, it's hard being a woman. It's especially when the world's massively in favor of men. It's hard being a woman, but I think now, actually what you see is the balance tipping though, man. I think you're seeing that it's actually slowly transitioning to a woman's world. That's what I think you're seeing now. Well, I mean, it's been a woman's world for the last 10 years, but I think it's actually really tipping now. So,
it's always been a woman's world. We just haven't told you.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna have to be even more tolerant now.
Yeah.
The thing is with men though. The thing is with men, they do stupid things. We say stupid things. We go out and do stupid things.
Definitely.
So yeah, I would say women are more tolerant. Actually, I'm gonna stick my neck out and say, women are more tolerant to live with us because we're stupid. Men are stupid. Really.
Yeah. You're trying to get back in your wife's good books subliminally, or should I say indirectly? That's what it is. Don't worry, I'll forward this one to her so she can listen. I'll say fast forward to this point.
Okay.
55 minutes in.
Classic. So
yeah.
All right. Is
we're
that
definitely the more tolerant. That is it.
But then again, could it be that we're split though? Could it be that in some cases, like for example,
just play the music before you play that music. Don't even try and take back what you've just said now, Alstallio. Don't even try it.
I think it's split like 70-30 in woman's favour. I think we have to be this.
Sing along to this song, Alstallio.
The thing is
sing along to that song.
I want to say something actually. Like, let me finish. The thing is, when you think about it, no, you gotta let me talk.
And you brought your tongue.
I think you've lost on that one, Alstallio, honestly.
All right, let's go around the table then. Pudding, you can start.
If there's anyone out there that wants to sponsor my fine so I can make it to the Jamaica or the Virgin Islands or the Maldives, I'll forward you my email address. That's all I can say. I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here.
Travesty?
Keep doing what you're doing. People try and stay safe, because even though people are having the vaccines, are obviously not out of this yet, and having it, you're unsafe, and not having it, you could still be unsafe. So just protect yourself, people. Till next week.
Oh, I have something important to announce, actually. Following the conversation I had. Sorry, Mideyah, you get your turn. Can I just say something? I can't be so rude. This is something I really, really wanted to do. I have... Where is it? I would like everybody, if you're interested, to have a look at neonetwork.com. Okay, it's distributors for Black females. NIYONETWORK. So neonetwork.com. Black distributors -founders. Yep. So have a look on there, see anything you fancy, anything you want to purchase in terms of like hair and beauty, technology. You know, I think there's going to be workshops and stuff as well to kind of bring the Black community, specifically Black women, out there into tech and hair and makeup and stuff like that. But it's really good how it's been set up. So check it out if you want to, guys.
Oh,
thank you. Mideyah?
Yap, Chan Max. That's all I got to say tonight. Yap, Chan Max.
All right, then I'll say subscribe, leave a comment. I will see you next week. Good night, guys.
Good night. Bye.
Come on.